All right, another later in the night recording talking about the day. Today was another long day. As anticipated, we spent a lot of time with friends. Again, saw some friends I haven't seen in a really long time, and it was good. We caught up a lot, and it felt nice because some of the friends that I caught up with were also creative friends, and there's always a different energy with creative friends that I enjoy. It's pretty motivational, to hear that others are also struggling. Not necessarily to hear that they're struggling, but to know that they're trying their best to make stuff happen. And it's good to know I'm not the only one that's like trying their best at something. And, obviously, logically speaking, of course, there's going to be other people like that, but it's good to talk to someone like that. So that was nice, and hung out at the Santa Anita Mall. Very nostalgic mall for me since I used to go there a lot when I was a kid. And then hung out with a different group of friends for just a little bit, but it was good to see some of them I haven't seen in a long time, so it was good to catch up with them. And yeah, that was about most of it. And then in the morning, unfortunately, I couldn't get what I wanted done. I ended up fighting an invasion of ants again, the second time this summer, and it was kind of obvious where, like, the source of the ants came from the same place, so it was kind of like a blunder not to have tried to stop them from coming back regarding that place, because I thought it was fine. Like, we got rid of all of them. They didn't come for a good month or so, and then now they just came back, and they were way more than before too. So I looked into how to get rid of them, and apparently you can buy something that, like, it's sort of like a trap, a liquid trap, where they apparently take the liquid back to their nest or wherever the trail goes and the source of the trail, and it apparently gets rid of all of them, which is nice. So I heard about that from a friend. So it's good to, like, just express your problems to your friends. I guess sometimes they might have solutions that are very practical. So I'm glad they helped recommend that, because hopefully it just doesn't happen again, because I will be more vigilant this time. It's the third time it's ever happened, and in the decade or so that I've been here. So yeah, things I never really knew about. But that took up 3 hours of the morning, because getting rid of them just took a lot of time, and cleaning everything as well. My goodness, that wasn't how I wanted to spend my morning. I wanted to practice and exercise more, but I managed to still get the exercise done. And for practice, playing by ear, what I did was just listen to a song in the car and try my best to get the feel for the song. And yeah, it was kind of a hard process, but it's still good practice. I need to probably improve some more before that becomes a useful way of practicing, but it is still practice, and I did my best with what I had and the time I had. And that's what I'm going to have to do on Monday as well, because that's going to be a long day. Yeah, part of me is just dreading these days that are not the usual routine. It's kind of interesting how that works. It's like in Japan, I just felt so free and liberated from any sort of routine, and just like acted with that freedom and enjoyed it, and just had adventures every day with different friends. And it was so fun. But now I'm like, now that I'm really focusing in, it's like, I want there to be a bit more control. I very much want to have hangouts with friends like these ones, but I feel like all day things like the film shoot on Monday, I just have this huge resistance towards it, because I know it's going to mess with my schedule. And another friend asked if I wanted to have dinner that day as well. So that day is going to be packed. I legit don't know how I'm going to do everything, but I will. Just got to wake up really early and pull off a lot of sets, and then just do a lot of piano ear training in the car. Like, I just got to work with what I can do. But yeah, that's it. That's the day for today, and I'll have to prep tomorrow for Monday. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I think maybe part of it also is, like, I'm working sound, and admittedly for me personally, I don't enjoy it that much. I've talked about it before, and I told myself that, yeah, maybe once a year I'm okay with doing it. How about, like, no times a year in the future? I think this is it. Like, I don't think I want to do it again. If my friend asks me to, I will politely decline. I don't find enjoyment in it. It's ironic, because I love music, and I love voiceovers and voice acting, a lot of things to do with sound, but I just don't like being the guy holding the boom pole for the microphone and yeah, I just don't like doing it. It's not, I don't know, something about it just seems so boring. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. It's just so boring. Like it's a task that needs very little thinking other than, place the microphone as close as possible without being in frame and directed towards the person who's talking, probably around, pointing around their chest, and that's it. Yeah, I really, yeah, I know it's a necessary job, but I think it would be interesting once we have like robots in the future, how that job will be handled, because perhaps the robot can connect to the camera and always just like know how to be out of frame. And with cameras and stuff, it would know how to best point the microphone as well. And, 32-bit float technology already exists, so you don't even need to do much with the levels. Yeah, it's just going to be a job that's like very easily handled in the future, I think, personally. Yeah, I'm getting paid for it, so guess I shouldn't complain that much. But yeah, I know myself. I'm someone who finds it very difficult to do something they don't enjoy doing. The crappy part about it is like it is a task that requires constant monitoring, like a task where you have to be ready to record at any point in time. So you're sort of like as involved as the DP, who's the guy recording, like using the camera to film, but at the same time you have far less creative control, and you're sort of just like always ready and always like reacting to what the DP is doing. In the case of like moving shots, it's just like not really the type of task that has much creative freedom. Basically, you're as involved, meaning you have to spend a good amount of energy always like being ready, compared to like someone who, like, I've done behind the scenes, and I've also done like production assistant work, and those two things, it's like you really don't need to be as always on standby as the audio job, where the sound mixer job, where it's like you got to be ready, and that means you can't really interact with other people that much. Like you can't get to know them, you don't talk to them as much. Yeah, it's just, and you also don't really feel as important in a way. Not that I need to feel important, but it's like it is very important actually. Sound is obviously very important, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, you're just not as acknowledged as much, a little bit more on the invisible side, I suppose. And it's not necessarily a good or bad thing, but I think for me, I don't know, it isn't for me. That's it. I guess that was a small venting session. Okay, that's gonna be it for this one, just a quick one. I won't be able to get these posted on time. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to offset these by 2 days.